Hello students, this is the second video of the chapter The Prime Minister of India. As you know, we are discussing it under the Union Executive. We have already covered the tenure, appointment, coalition government, no confidence motion and various points under this chapter. Today we are going to discuss on the power and position of the Prime Minister. So, to know and understand the power and position of the Prime Minister, first we have to see how Prime Minister and the President are interlinked, how they are correlated to it, their powers and position. First, he means Prime Minister. Prime Minister is the principal advisor to the President. He always advises to the President and which is supposed to be followed, which is supposed to be accepted by the President. So, the Prime Minister advises the President on various issues such as like he advises to summon and prorogue the parliament. Summon means to call the house and prorogue means to suspend the parliament. That is there in the hands of the president, but actually it is suggested, it is advised by the Prime Minister of India, as well as to dissolve the Lok Sabha. Dissolution of the house is done by the president, but with the help or with the advice of the Prime Minister of India. Then Prime Minister suggests in or also help the president in appointment of and the dismissal of the ministers. So all the ministers, especially the cabinet ministers which are appointed by the Prime Minister or by the president, are actually advised to the president by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is the one who decides, who appoints, but all the appointments are made in the name of the President of India. Then on various appointments also he is advised for the important posts such as the judges of Supreme Court, governor and the ambassadors. So all this, as we know, is appointed by the President of India, but under the advice or under the guidance of the, not actually guidance, but under the provision of the advisory provision of the Constitution of India by the Prime Minister. Then link between the President and the Council of Ministers. So basically the Prime Minister works as the link between. So whichever matter has to be conveyed from the President to the Council of Ministers, or the message of the Council of Ministers to the President is conveyed through the Prime Minister. So he is the link between the President and the Council of Ministers. Now, Prime Minister and the Cabinet. How Prime Minister and the Cabinet are interdependent or interlinked. First, he is the leader of the Cabinet. As we know, I have discussed just now that Prime Minister is the one who suggests and advises the President to appoint or dismiss the minister. So actually the appointment is done by the Prime Minister only. So therefore he is the leader of the cabinet. Then allocates portfolios to the ministers. Allocates portfolio means which department has to be received by which person, like health department or finance or defense ministry. That division of work is done by the Prime Minister of India. Then reshuffle Council of Ministers. Reshuffle means if finance minister has to be shifted to sports ministry, or sports minister has to get the HRD ministry. So all this shuffling and reshuffling is possible through only the Prime Minister. Then select and dismiss ministers. As we know, actual appointment is done by the Prime Minister, but officially the appointment is done by the President of India. Okay. Then to direct and coordinate policy. So as we know, in the House, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and basically in Lok Sabha, whatever the matter is being discussed, or any if policy is being discussed in the house, and as we know the majority of the house is always of the government and the leader of the government is the Prime Minister. So therefore he is the one who direct and coordinate the policies in the Lok Sabha. Then resignation of the Prime Minister. As we know, there is the collective responsibility of the Prime Minister. As the name suggests, collective means all together. So if the Prime Minister has to resign, if Prime Minister is resigning from his post, that means whole of the cabinet has to resign. Why? Because indirectly he has only appointed the whole of the cabinet. He has selected, he only has allocated the portfolios. Everything is done by the Prime Minister. So therefore, as Prime Minister resigns, then whole of the cabinet has to resign, which is known as the collective responsibility. Now the Prime Minister inside the Parliament. Prime Minister is the spokesperson of the government. Whichever the policies are made by the government or introduced by the government, he is the one who is the spokesperson. Like if you remember, there was the policy of demonetization, in which new currency, new notes were introduced, and the old notes were stopped for us not to be used. So that announcement was made by our honorable Prime Minister. Remember, the Narendra Modi. Yes. So he is the one who is the spokesperson of the government. Then intervention in case of controversial issues. If any controversial, if any issue is taking place in the house, like language issue or center state relationship, or any atrocity which has taken place with women, in which a member of the parliament starts to lose their temper. So in such a situation, to handle all the people, the Prime Minister can intervene in any kind of controversial issue. He can pacify the situation, and he can interfere and let the people be quiet for for a certain time. Okay, so usually, as people respect more to the Prime Minister, so therefore it becomes easy for the Prime Minister to let the people to understand and maintain the dignity of the house. Now apart from that, he is the leader of the house. Which house? The Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister is the leader of the Lok Sabha. Then next, Prime Minister as the leader of nation. Okay, so first he represents the nation. Any policy, any announcement which is done regarding the nation is done on the behalf of the Indian citizen, is done by the Prime Minister of India. Apart from that, during the national crisis, whether it has taken the war or any other emergency has taken place in the country, at that time, the support of all the opposition parties are gained by the Prime Minister of India. Then Prime Minister he only decides the relationship with the other countries, whether we want to have a good relationship or a neutral relationship with the other countries. So that is decided by the Prime Minister. Basically, individually we know nobody is eligible to decide such policies, but yes, Prime Minister, with the help of the cabinet, they only decide all the relationship which has to be taking place, which has to be implemented throughout the world to the other countries. Okay, then he protects the interest of the country in international forum. If a country has to represent it anyway in international forum or international place, so he is the representative of the nation. Then he works as the ex officio chairman of the Niti Aayog and the Atomic Energy Commission. So therefore we tell him as the nation leader of the nation. Now there are some points through which we can say that though the Prime Minister is very powerful, but we can have a check on the position and power of the Prime Minister. Now, how we can keep a check on the position and power of the Prime Minister? First, it ensures the support of all the ministers and the party. As we know, after the election, the majority party gets the opportunity to prove the majority in the house and make the government, and the leader of the party is chosen as the Prime Minister. But if it is the responsibility of the prime minister to see that each and every minister of his party is satisfied by the function of him, or they are in supporting, they are having the support of the of all those ministers which have given majority, which have given them support while forming the government, even the support of the party itself. Like, yeah, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he is from the BJP party, so he cannot become a dictator and can decide anything by himself. For deciding anything, he need to take the consent of the party as well as of the members, those who have supported him during in the house, for the formation of the government. Yes, the next, in case of coalition government, his position becomes vulnerable. I have told you, wherever the coalition government is there, when many parties are involved, so definitely all the parties would like to show their supremacy. So in such a situation where the prime minister is appointed, all the parties wants to show their supremacy, so position of the prime minister becomes very vulnerable. It is very difficult to deal all the higher authorities. It becomes very, very difficult. Then criticism of opposition parties. Yes, definitely opposition party is set in our country to keep a check on the ruling government, because if opposition party will not be there, then definitely the ruling party can work as a dictatorship. They can work as a dictators. Then effective check of press and public. So these days we are seeing lot of media pressure is there, through which if even a mistake, a single mistake is done by any of the political party or any of the leader, so all the matter is drawn in front of the people, public, and media highlights all those things. So definitely it keeps a check on the authority of the prime minister. So children, this was the check on the authority of the prime minister.